We welcome you back to the top of the third inning on the Pioneers Baseball Network for Elmira. A great bottom of the second, 5 runs on a hit and error. Elmira does end up stranding a couple on base, 2 on base in both Duback and Baker. 3 left on base, but in the ball game for Elmira, for Niagara, a run on 2 hits and an error. For the Pioneers, 8 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Top of the third inning, it'll be the 10-1-2 in the Niagara order. Caden Wilson followed by Matt Evans and Carter Shin to come to the plate. First pitch from Birch is a fastball lined foul, 0-1. Oh, 1 from Birch, line back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Caden Wilson's aboard for the third hit of the ball game in 2+ innings of work against Birch. Nobody out. Top of the third, Pioneers with a 7-run lead. So it's back to the top of the batting order and the center fielder in Matt Evans. Evans in for the left side against the righty Birch. 1 on and nobody out. Evans singled and came around to score in the top of the first. Short lead off of first base for Wilson. As Larson comes set from the stretch position, middle of the rubber, fires first pitch fastball outside corner for a called strike. So it'll be a 0-1 with nobody out. Birch sets, delivers, slow. Changeup fouled off against the Pioneers dugout. 0-2. Carter Shin, who awaits on deck, also got on an E4. A run on 2 hits in the top of the first against Birch. In the ball game for Larson, 2 strikeouts in 2 innings plus. Almost 3 there as he just missed the outside corner with a fastball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Nobody out. We're in the top of the third. Game 1 of this twin bill from Dunfield. Niagara Ironbacks and your Elmira Pioneers. 1-2 from Birch. Breaking ball. Fouled off again. Pioneers in the bottom of the second inning got started. 3 consecutive walks to the bottom third in the order. Hickens, Moniz, and Rohde. No RBI, fielder's choice from Grabowski. He got on. Wiped at the plate was Hickens, so as Moniz off third, Rohde off second, Grabowski off first. Martineau a walk, Germesti a walk, then a 3-run double. Check that for Brandon Duback, who's once again been the star of the show offensively for the Pioneers in this ballgame. Up to 15 RBIs on the season for the second-year product out of Maplewood, New Jersey. 2 doubles in the ballgame. Now puts him at 5 extra base hits on the season as he snares a fastball in the dirt here from Birch. So back from a 0-2 count to 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. A run on 3 hits and an error for Niagara. 8 runs on 4 hits and an error for your Pioneers. Birch from the right side of the rubber, taking off for second base on a ground ball. Grabowski to the backhand side, adjusts, throws to first in time for out number 1. Another nice play from Grabowski. Coasting into second is Wilson. So 1 out in the top of the third. Pioneers still with a 7-run lead, and that'll bring up the right-handed hitting Carter Shin to the plate.
Is that FC or Stone Base?
So 1 out, righty on righty matchup. And the first pitch is a fastball for a called strike on Chin. Birch sets, fires. Fastball outside corner for a called strike 2. 0-2, fastball poked foul. Staying alive is Shin. It's now a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, 2 with 1 out. Fastball just off the plate for ball 1. Dubeck's been setting up nicely over the outside corner, trying to get that call sold to the plate umpire for Larson Birch. As we alluded to, 2 strikeouts now through 2 1/3. It's ground out for Matt Evans. Grabowski was going to second to cover the stolen bag by Wilson, who now gets into scoring position. Birch a peek at him, dancing off the second base bag. A 1-2 on the way with 1 out. Breaking ball chopped on the ground, foul. So the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2, fastball fouled off. Birch shakes off the first sign from Dubeck. Now gets the sign he wants. Comes set, righty on righty matchup with Shin. 1-2, hit on the ground to Jacob Mona's forehand side at second. It squirts by him into right field. Rounding third and coming to the plate and scoring is Camden Wilson. It'll be an RBI infield single for Shin, and it's now 8-2 Pioneers. So here comes the left-handed hitting right fielder Alex Keene. An RBI double to deep center his last time up against Birch. 1 out, top of the 3rd. Game 1 of this twin bill on a sunny Sunday afternoon from Dunn Field. We're glad he could be part of our coverage. Pioneers would like to thank Myers RV, Nucor, Papa John's, Pathways, Pizza Hut, Red Robin, and Rodney J. Strange for their loyal sponsorship throughout the course of the season. First offering to Keene with 1 out. Swing and a miss, slider high fastball. Oh, 1, fastball inside. Count levels at a ball and a strike. Righty and lefty matchup, 1-1 with 1 out. Medium-sized lead off at first for Carter Shin. An RBI single. Birch might have him picked up. No! Almost. As just dive into the bag. Back in enough time was Shin, who was caught leaning. Birch with a nice snap throw back to Hicken. Well executed there between the tandem of both Dubeck and Birch for Brandon to signal for that pickoff play. And for Birch to fire back to the first base bag. Strong tag still applied by Hicken, despite not recording the out. 1-1, fastball inside. 2-1. Centralis Health is the official healthcare provider for your Elmira Pioneers. Next time you need medical attention, make sure you visit Centralis for all your medical needs throughout the Southern Tier and Central New York. 2-1 from Birch. Runner takes off that Shin. A high fly ball deep to center field again. Going back is Baker. Away back to the warning track. Puts it away to the backhand side for out number 2. A nice running snare from Brett Baker. And now 2 outs and a 6-run lead, top of the 3rd. So it's Andrew Bishop, left-handed hitting extra hitter for the Ironbacks, to step to the plate. 2 outs, top of the third. He spanks one on the line, foul down the first base line past Hicken. Two runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Ironbacks. 8 runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Pioneers. Self-inflicted wounds getting the starter Max Rutherford in trouble as he issues 5 walks in the home half of the second inning. This one grounded in fair territory to Brooks Hicken. He steps on the first base bag in time to conclude the top of the third inning. But in the inning, for Niagara, a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. 2.5 through. An 8-2 lead for Elmira on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Eight to 2 Pioneers lead as we head to the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Brooks Hicken to come to the plate as Elmira bats around in the home half of the bottom of the second. 5 runs on a hit, 1 error, 2 runners left on base in the inning. Pioneers 8 runs on 4 hits across 2 innings of work, and that's enough to knock Max Rutherford, the original starter for the Ironbacks, out of the ball game. As Brooks Hicken up to the plate, it'll be Hicken followed by Moniz and Rohde, the 8, 9, and 10 in the Elmira order once again for the second consecutive inning. As the 1-0 breaking ball dropped in from the right-hander, Caden Wilson. You just saw him at second base. He's making his first pitching appearance on the season with Niagara Falls down 6 here in the bottom of the third. Game 1 of this doubleheader. Soft changeup off the outside corner. And the count advances for Hicken at 2 balls and a strike. Final line in the ball game for Max Rutherford. 2 innings of work, 4 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned, 6 walks, and no strikeouts. Change-up, swing and a miss from Hicken. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Righty on lefty matchup with the bases empty, nobody out. Change-up off the outside edge, and it's a full count. Hicken in his first trip to the plate walked in the bottom of the second. He was cut down on the plate at the fielder's choice from Grabowski. Breaking ball off the outside corner. That's ball 4 as Hicken walks for a second consecutive plate appearance on the afternoon. So here comes Jacob Moniz. He walked as well as part of 3 consecutive walks issued by the right-hander Rutherford to begin the bottom of the second inning. Pioneers have another runner on, and a nice 6-run advantage built up bottom of the third inning, even with the bag at third is Kip. Delvecchio and Bishop even up the middle at their regular middle infield depth. Bedrosian holding on. Hicken at first, as not holding up as Moniz. Square to bunt, couldn't drop back in enough time. Takes the soft changeup from the right-hander Wilson for a called strike 1. 0-1, Hicken takes off for second. Fastball outside. Throw down to second. A stolen base for Brooks. How about that? As Hicken gets into scoring position. One to Moniz on the ground. It's the shortstop, Delvecchio. Throw, and it's wide of first base. Coming in to score easily is Brooks Hicken, up to second as Moniz, and he's 6 in an RBI, and the Pios now lead 9-2. So back to a 7-run lead for Elmira. That'll bring up the right-handed hitting Ben Rohde, righty-on-righty matchup with Caden Wilson with nobody out. Moniz in scoring position. Remember, the 12-run rule comes into effect after 5 innings in a shortened 7-inning doubleheader. Pioneers are hoping potentially maybe they can get it there. Larson Birch started to cruise through 3 innings of work. 2 earned runs on 4 hits. Pioneers have committed an error in the process. First pitch to Ben, and fisted off the end of the bat, but that's into shallow left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Moniz gets the wave around third from Drum. He'll come to the plate. The throw's cut off by the first baseman, Bedrosian. An RBI single for Rohde, and the Pioneers now lead 10-2. So both Hicken and Moniz cross the plate now in the inning. A single for Ben, and it's back to the top of the batting order in Aiden Grabowski. So it's Grabowski in from the right side. 1 for 1 of the ball game. He's reached base twice, a fielder's choice in the home half of the second. Rohde a large lead off of first with nobody out, and he takes off. As a changeup, no throw from the catcher Botts. As Ben now advances into scoring position with nobody out for Aiden. Next offering off the outside corner with a changeup. Wilson struggling to find the zone here to begin the bottom of the third. A 2-0 count on the leadoff man Grabowski in for his 3rd trip to the plate on the day. Elmira leading Niagara by 8 runs in a game the Pios desperately need in terms of getting back in the PGCBL West Division standings. Next offering to Aiden. Changeup inside, and the count now 3-0 with nobody out. Changeup hit on the ground to short. It's Delvecchio who's going to go the short way. A high throw to Rohde, and Ben's going to come in to score. It goes into the Ironbacks dugout and/or out of play, and he's 6 on the shortstop Delvecchio. 2nd error he's committed in the inning. 3rd run for the Pioneers as Rohde reaches the plate. 11-2 Elmira. Home half of the third, still nobody out. Now out to a chat on the mound with with Caden Wilson is the catcher, Bots. Pioneers would like to thank Saratoga Eagles, Save-A-Lot, Service Master, Serve Pro, Serve-U Credit Union, Sheddon's Wholesale, and Solutions Credit Union for their loyal sponsorship throughout the course of the 2025 season. Home plate umpire casually making the trot out to the field, to the mound rather. So it'll be Ty Martineau up to the plate. Nobody out, bottom of the third. Grabowski leads off of second. Grabowski reaches on the E6. Leads off second. And the changeup inside to Martineau. 1-0 the count. Righty on lefty matchup inside, and Martineau got clipped. So he'll take first base. 2 on for the Pios, nobody out, still 3 runs home in the inning. And here comes TJ Gurmesti. He's scored twice in the ball game. 3 RBIs, a 2-run single in the bottom of the first inning. And an RBI walk in the bottom of the second. Righty on righty matchup with Caden Wilson in his first inning of work. And now he's got Grabowski picked off of second. The throw comes to third. Kip chasing Grabowski back to the bag, and he's going to be safe. So an attempted pickoff play, but nothing there for Grabowski. So the Ironbacks not off to their favorite start this afternoon. Elmira with a comfortable 9-run advantage. Breaking ball misses low to Gurmesti, and it's 2-0. Grabowski's picked off again, and Wilson taking a slow time to throw back to second. This time Grabowski is out. So the play will go 1-5-4 as the tag is applied by the second baseman in Bishop. 1 out now at the bottom of the third. 9-run lead remains intact for the Pioneers. And that drills Gurmesti inside. So a hit batsman as Martineau gets up to second. Second consecutive hit batsman issued by the right-handed pitcher in Caden Wilson. As time will be called, we have a mound visit on the way. No one's still warming in the Ironbacks bullpen, so we'll look to see what the Niagara manager options with here. It'll be Brandon Dubeck coming to the plate. Star of the show in the ball game for the Pioneers is Dubeck. 5 RBIs, contributing to practically half the Elmira offense so far this afternoon. Pioneers would like to thank Southern Tier Custom Fabricators, Swan Morse Insurance, Texas Roadhouse, Tom's of South Corning, United States Army, Vasco Brands, and Visions Federal Credit Union for another great season of sponsorship for Elmira Pioneers baseball. Carter Kipp in at the third base bag. Lip of the infield grass. Delvecchio at his regular spot at shortstop on the edge of the outfield. Bishop at second base. With Caden Wilson taking the mound, Bryce Bedrosian is back at first. Wouldn't imagine Dubeck would necessarily lay down a bunt here, especially with the power that he wields as he takes a fastball high and in. Martineau leads off a second, Gramesti off a first. Only out of the inning was similar to the first out that was recorded in the bottom of the first inning when Dubek got thrown out at third. Grabowski getting picked off by Caden Wilson. 1-0 with one out. Cut and a miss at a changeup from Dubek, 1-1. Stepping off the mound is Wilson. Righty on righty, next offering a fastball off the plate to Dubek. 2 balls and a strike. Dubek takes the changeup high. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. Still nobody warming in the Ironbacks bullpen. 2 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors for Niagara, Canada. 11 runs on 5 hits and an error for your Pioneers. 3-1, Dubek pops it foul. Behind the plate, giving it a look, is Botts. Full count. Dubek awaits a payoff pitch from Caden Wilson. Wilson will take one look at second. Martineau scoots back. Payoff pitch. Both runners take off on ball 4. Changeup missing outside. So 2 consecutive hit batsmen followed by a walk have Martineau set up on third, Gramesti on second, Dubek on first. Bases are jammed for Elmira with a 9-run lead home half of the third, and it brings up the lefty swinging Brent Baker. First pitch to Baker, fastball outside corner. Brett taking for a called strike 1. Baker's reached twice in the ballgame. An unconventional way to reach twice. A hit batsman in the bottom of the first against Max Rutherford. And then reached on an E6 by the shortstop Del Vecchio in the bottom of the second. 1-1, or 0-1 rather. Swing and a miss, fastball. Nothing into the count on Brett. Martineau leads off of third. Gramesti off of second. Dubek off of first. Oh, 2, swing and a miss from Baker. He's down for out number 2. So 2 outs. Lead remains at 9 for the Pioneers, and here comes the right-handed hitting third baseman Carl Wagner. Wagner getting his first start at third base today in the season for the Pioneers. Wilson comes set out of the stretch, tall right-handed frame. From the right side of the rubber delivers, change up inside, 1-0 on Wagner. Carl in the ballgame, a grounder to third, and a pop-up to the catcher Botts in the bottom of the second. An 0-for-2 day for him. (1-0). Lined, back up the middle, into center field for a base hit. Martineau scores. Gramesti rounds third. He'll come to the plate and score. Dubek on his way to third. A 2-run single off the bat of Wagner. 13-2 Pioneers. So, a nice piece of hitting back up the middle by Carl. Runners on the quarters now with 2 outs. 2 more RBIs for Carl. And the Pioneers, for a second consecutive inning, have batted around. It's now Shane Starr to come to the plate. Shane Starr also with a pretty good walk-up song. Gotta love a little Say It Ain't So. Breaking ball outside corner for a called strike. Dubeck leads off a third. Wagner with the RBI single off of second. 3 runs in the home half of the first for the Pios, 5 in the second, now 5 in the third. They sport their largest lead of the day at 11. Wilson misses high and away with a changeup, and the count levels at a ball and a strike. One, changeup just above the zone, missing to Starr. 2-1. Changeup cut and a miss into the glove of Botts. 2-2 on Starr. Shane 0 for 2 in the ball game. Look to reverse those fortunes here. A grounder to Bedrosian at first to conclude the bottom of the first inning. And a fly ball to center field and Evans in the bottom of the second. 2-2 to Starr with 2 outs. Breaking ball off the plate, and it's a full count. Once again, the 12-run mercy rule comes into effect in a 7-inning shortened game due to the doubleheader. 12 runs after 5. Pioneers with an 11-run lead right now in the bottom of the third. 3-2 fouled right back into the press box here. A souvenir for some of our lucky interns. That might be number 1 on the season, as maybe it did a dent to the back wall as well. How about that? Anyway, it'll be a full count pitch to Starr. Righty Wilson comes set and fires. Shane on the ground to the right side at first base. Bedrosian a backhand scoop, underhand flip to Wilson, covering the bag in time. Play goes 3-1 to conclude another eventful bottom of the third inning. 5 runs and only 2 hits for the Pioneers, 2 errors and 2 runners stranded on base. 3 innings through, Elmira ahead 13-2 on the Pioneers Baseball Network. Pioneers coasting along with a 13-2 lead as we enter the top of the 4th inning. Elmira versus Niagara, first matchup of the season. First of 2 meetings. The second meeting, well, that'll come today as well. shortly after the conclusion of Game 1 here from Dunfield. A one fly down the right field line, that's going to drop in fair territory for a base hit in front of Gramesti. Stopping at first base, though, with a leadoff single is the catcher Marcus Butts. Now 1 for 2 in the game for the Niagara catcher. 1 on with nobody out, and it'll bring up the lefty hitting third baseman Carter Kipp. Rather, the right-handed hitting Kipp went over past the lefty batter's box to retrieve the batters. Now he sprays one into right field for a base hit. 2 on for Niagara with nobody out in the top of the 4th. Quickly firing that back into Grabowski at short as Gramesti in attempts to potentially nab the slower catcher in Botts. So 2 hits against Larson Birch. Now 6 in the ballgame through 3+. 2 earned runs to Birch's name. Nobody out, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Bryce Bedrosian, first baseman, who struck out looking against Birch to open up the top of the 2nd. Larson sets and fires. First pitch fouled off. Third base side out of play. 0-1. Pioneers would like to thank Ward Manufacturing, Wegmans, Weiss Markets, Well Now Urgent Care, Wilbur Auto, and Woodbrook Assisted Living for their sponsorship in the 2025 season. 0-1 with nobody out. Fastball trickles off the glove of the catcher Dubeck. Not far enough for an advancement from either Botts or Kipp. It's Botts, the catcher, off of second. Kipp, the third baseman, off of first. Nobody out. Top of the 4th, Elmira with an 11-run lead. A 1 from Birch. Fastball just off the outside corner. Rather, it's 1-0. Rather, no, 0-1. So 1-1 count. Birch fires breaking ball outside corner for a called strike 2. So it'll be a 2-2 with nobody out. Birch comes set. 1 look at second at Botts. Fires. Fastball outside corner. Called strike 3. So 1 out in the top of the 4th as Birch strikes out his second looking in the ball game. It's the same hitter each time. Bryce Bedrosian. 1 out. Third strikeout of the ball game for Birch. First pitch from Birch, breaking ball off the outside corner, 1-0. 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors for Niagara Falls. For Elmira, 13 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. I don't know if I've ever seen such a wide gap between a score with the same amount of hits in a ball game, both with 6 through at least 3 rough innings of full work. Elmira 3 times to the plate so far. Now Niagara in their 4th inning coming to the plate. It'll be a 2-0 with 1 out. Birch 1 look at second, fires. Nubbed off the end of the bat, a jam shot. Grabowski at short puts it away for out number 2. So Del Vecchio pops out, following 2 singles to lead off the inning against Birch. He gets a strikeout looking at Bedrosian and a pop out to Grabowski. So here comes the right-handed hitting left fielder Nolan Phelan with 2 outs. He lined to Aiden Grabowski at shortstop his last trip to the plate. Botts off a second, Kipp off a first. 2 hits, matches a high in the ball game for Niagara in a single inning. Larson sets right side of the rubber, fires, swing and a miss from Phelan, 0-1. Nolan Phelan with a large hack there with a runner in scoring position. A couple runs for Niagara could potentially soften the blow, not entirely remedy it for the remaining course of the ball game. Still, after this inning, 9 defensive outs for the Pioneers to record, so Niagara looking for an opportunity to bounce back with runners in scoring position so far in the ball game. The Ironbacks have stranded 3 runners on base, and Danger of potentially stranding 2 more here. 0-2. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Birch sets and fires. Swing and a miss from Phelan. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Strikeout number 4 through 4 innings. And in the inning, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. 3.5 through. Pios ahead 13-2 on the Elmira Pioneers Baseball Network. Welcome back to Pioneers Baseball. 13-2, Elmira leads over the Niagara Ironbacks, bottom of the 4th inning. It's the left-hander Brooks Sicken a step to the plate as he takes the changeup high and in tight. From the right-hander Caden Wilson in his second full inning of work for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 3rd. 5 runs on 2 hits against Wilson. He hit 2 batsmen. Part of the highlights, a 2-run double off the bat of, rather 2-run single off the bat of Carl Wagner. Run came in to score as Grabowski tapped it to shortstop. Wide throw of 3rd allowed Rohde to come to the plate. 1-1 off the outside corner. 2-1 to Brooks Sicken. So Ernie Brooks' 3rd trip to the plate. 2 walks in his opening 2. 2-1 with nobody out. Hicken fists it off the end of the bat against the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Changeup, tip into the glove of Botts for strike 3. Strikeout number 2 in the ball game for Caden Wilson. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. With the bases empty, here comes Jacob Moniz. Moniz lines it back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Jacob, he's reached base all 3 plate appearances in the ball game, 1 for 1, as he knocks a single back up the middle here for the Pioneers' 7th hit of the ball game. It'll be Ben Rohde from the right side of the plate. 1 out against the righty Wilson. Good speed on the base paths in Moniz, a medium-sized lead. 11-run lead for the Pios, bottom of the 4th. Moniz takes off for second. First pitch inside for a called strike. Moniz coasts into second. So it's Ben Rohde at the dish. A single in the bottom of the third, and he came around to score. Moniz in scoring position with a potential 14th run for the Pioneers, which would put them in the 12-run lead and potential of locking down in the top of the fifth inning what could be a mercy rule victory in game one of this doubleheader. As changeup misses inside, and we're even at a ball and a strike on Ben Rohde. 1-1 to Ben. Changeup off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Two-one with Moniz leading off a second, and the changeup is high to Rohde. 3-1 with 1 out. Aiden Grabowski awaits on deck. But a balk has been called, so Moniz gets up to third. So the first balk of the ball game, as it was issued by Caden Wilson. 3 balls and a strike the count to Rohde with 1 out. In the ball game for Niagara, 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. For the Pioneers, 13 runs on 7 hits and an error. Three-one to Rohde. Changeup inside for ball 4. So 2 consecutive base runners reach after Hicken struck out. And here comes shortstop Aiden Grabowski with 1 out and a chance to put the Pios up by 12. First pitch, Grabowski smacks it down the left field line. That's extra bases. Moniz comes in to score. Motoring around second, heading for third is Rohde. He rounds and comes to the plate. It's a 2-run double for Grabowski, and the Pios lead 15-2. So a 15-2 lead for the Pioneers. They're now largest of the day with 1 out. Second into the inning, 2 runs home against the right-hander Caden Wilson. And here comes the left-handed hitting Ty Martineau to the plate.
Now batting designated hitter number 6, Ty Martineau.
Changeup, called strike. Oh, 1 Martineau, a high fly ball to right. Running over towards the line is Keene, settles under it, makes the catch. Grabowski's going to tag and head to third. Throw cut off by Del Vecchio, is getting into third base. Is Grabowski. So an F9 off the bat of Ty, 2 outs, but another run 90 feet away for the Pioneers. And here comes TJ Gramesti to the plate. Three runs in the bottom of the first for the Pios, 5 in the bottom of the second, 5 in the bottom of the third, now 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Larson Birch has held his own, thus as a result, Pioneers bullpen remains fully quiet. 1-0, TJ takes the fastball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Gramesti rolls one on the ground to Kip at third on 2 hops. The throw across the diamond, just in time to nab the hustling Gramesti to conclude the bottom of the 4th inning. For the Pioneers, though, 2 more runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 4 through, 15-2 Elmira on the Pioneers Baseball Network. We head to the top of the 5th inning as a new hitter to come to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be Grayson Briggs, batting 196 on the season through 28 ball games, 25 starts, 11 hits, 3 extra base hits, and 9 RBIs as he stands in against Birch and pops up the first pitch foul. Dubeck gives it a look at a play. Count goes 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, nobody out. Top of the 5th inning. Pioneers with 3 outs here without giving up 2 or more runs in the inning would lock down the victory. Birch sets, fires, a 1 foul back just to the left of the booth. 0-2. All fans of Pios have scored well more than 3 runs today, 5 times that amount. And if the Pios score, you score courtesy of McDonald's. Every home game, your Elmira Pioneers score 3 runs. Everyone in attendance wins a free medium fry with a $2 purchase courtesy of McDonald's. Visit them in North Main Street, Cedar Street, the Arnott Mall, or Grand Central Avenue. Thank you to McDonald's and go Pios. 1-2 with nobody out. Righty on lefty matchup. Birch fires to Briggs. Fastball inside, and the count levels at 2-2. Some cloud cover starting to come over Dunfield here on a day that began with a little bit of rain to start game 1, and the sun's been out for a majority of the game. Now some clouds starting to come in, a little wind blowing here in Elmira at 2-2, fouled off. Miller working a nice at-bat again in against Larson Birch. So it'll be a 2-2 with nobody out. Birch sets, fires inside, cut fastball, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch, outside corner, called strike 3, as Briggs was shocked as he gets rung up for out number 1. So for Birch, that's strikeout number 5 of the ball game, 3rd via the backwards K. 1 out in the top of the 5th, and the base is empty for the leadoff man and center fielder, Matt Evans. Birch sets, first pitch to Evans is a fastball for a called strike 1. Oh, 1, breaking ball, backdoor, outside corner. Birch beautifully spotted at the knees. Nice frame from Dubeck. 0-2. Birch is 0-2, fastball in the dirt. Skips away from the catcher, Dubeck. Pios fans, are you hungry and looking for an amazing place to eat, get great drinks, and incredible service? Well, then be sure to then come to Texas Roadhouse on County Route 64 in Horseheads. 1-2 with 1 out. On the ground to the shortstop, Grabowski. It gets behind him, and he's 6 on Aiden, allowing the leadoff man Evans to reach here in the 5th. Aiden tried to pick it on the short hop to the forehand side. One of the few defensive mistakes you'll see him make. So for the Pioneers, it's their first error since Jacob Mona's committed one and Carter Shin's at bat in the top of the 1st. It's Shin here with 1 out. Pops it behind first base. Brooks Hicken, a long run over, and he can't make the grab. 0-1. 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors for Niagara. 15 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for the Pioneers. It'll be an 0-1 to the right-handed hitting Shin with 1 out. As fastball misses off the outside corner. One from Birch. Breaking ball inside corner for a called strike 2. Birch comes set, middle of the rubber, out of the stretch position. Fires home a 1-2. Fastball lined into left field for a base hit. So for Shin, he reaches for the 3rd time in the ball game. Had an RBI infield single in the top of the 3rd. Now a single in the top of the 5th. 2 runners on for Niagara with 1 out. 4 1/3 innings into Larson Birch's outing. 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 earned. Birch has done nicely, though, evading the free passes. Still yet to issue his first in the ball game, and he's collected 5 strikeouts through the 4 1/3 innings of work. First pitch from Birch, inside corner breaking ball for a called strike 1. On a high fly ball to deep right center field. Both Baker and Gramesti on their horse. Baker cuts over in the right center field gap. He'll put it away. Both Evans and Shin retreat. 2 outs. And Elmira is now an out away from victory. Remember, the 12-run mercy rule comes into effect. Pioneers with a 13-run lead in Game 1 of the doubleheader. So it's the left-handed hitting Alex Keene. Niagara right fielder with 2 outs. Birch fires to Keene, and the fastball tapped foul. First base side out of play, 0-1. This season you can connect with the Pioneers like never before with exclusive content on our social media platforms. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok at the Elmira Pioneers. Oh, 1 to Keene with 2 outs. Fastball just off the plate, and we're level at a ball and a strike. Birch fires home a 1-1 fastball outside corner for a called strike 2. Birch fires foul back. Top of the 5th inning, 2 outs. Pioneers lead 15-2. 2 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors for the Ironbacks. 15 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for the Pioneers. 2 consecutive 5-run innings really put this ball game away. Elmira with 5 in the bottom of the 2nd after a 3-run first inning effort. 5 in the bottom of the 3rd. 2 in the bottom of the 4th. That's where they're set up now. Pitch popped up. Right side of the infield, cutting over is Hicken. It's Moniz with the call and the catch. And the Pios take Game 1 of this doubleheader, 15-2. So for Elmira, or rather Niagara in the inning, no runs on a hit and error, and 2 runners stranded on base. Final score, 15-2, Americans over the Ironbacks. As we'll take a short timeout